Hey guys, it's Will with Basic Gear Review here at Bass Player Live 2016, and I'm here at Aguilar with Dave. How's it going?
It's going great.
Yeah. All right, awesome. Do you think you could run us through a couple of these pedals here? Show us what they do.
First pedal is the Optimizer. This has a 6-pole filter. You can blend the clean sound, the unaffected clean sound, and the octave sound. And it also has a tilt EQ. And this tilt EQ changes the tone of the clean sound. And this is great because it helps you create either a synth type sound or it almost sounds like a guitar on top of a bass sound. And I'll demonstrate. I'll just kind of run through a couple sounds. I'll change the sound of the filter. That's the Optimizer.
Okay. And next we got the Filter Twin here.
That's right. The Filter Twin is very unique. It has 2 filters. One sweeps up and one sweeps down, and you can continuously combine them. So you can get the bootsy quack funk sound, and you can also get a filter that sweeps down. I'll demonstrate. First, I'm going to demonstrate just the filter sweeping up. Now, if the filter's sweeping down, set this way, you get. So you can hear the difference in the sound. When you blend them, you get a very vocal quality because it's like a complex vocal cord sound. That's the Filter Twin.
All right, and then we got the TLC compressor here.
TLC compressor is a great compressor because you have all kinds of compression ratios. You can go from 2 to 1 to infinity. This is great because it's a good sweep, and it's great for a lot of pedal compressors. Only have about 4 to 5 to 1 compression ratio, which doesn't give you a high enough ratio to do peak limiting, which is what bass players really need. So we'll try to demonstrate it. I don't know how we'll be able to hear it, but let's see. So there it is. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's a great compressor.
All right, cool. Moving on to the Chorusaurus.
Chorusaurus. Not actually a dinosaur. We just made that up. You can blend from a very small amount of delay. A chorus is basically a clean signal blended with a delayed signal, and that's how you get the chorusing sound. Not unlike when a chorus of human voices sings. So you have the rate, which determines the speed of the oscillation, the intensity, which creates the window for the oscillation. It's like opening a window, and the width, which creates kind of how the oscillation works within the window that's open. Blend is how much of the effect versus a clean signal. So let's see if we can set something up that sounds good. There you go. That's the Chorusaurus, and you can set up slow rate effects for like a very kind of wavy oscillation and faster stuff. But that's a very basic, quick demonstration of the Chorusaurus.
And then we're moving on to the Aggro. This is an overdrive, correct?
This is an overdrive, and what's great about it is it has presence and contour, so you can adjust the high end and the mid range. Because as you add distortion, you want to add presence so that the distortion is intelligible. So. That's a brief demonstration of the Aggro. You can go from full-on saturation to stuff that's way more subtle. The Fuzzistor is the next one in line, and this has a silicone transistor distortion. You have blend, which is how much of the fuzz you're adding. Level is basically makeup gain, so you can match your unaffected level with your affected level, so if you're punching in and out in the middle of a song. This is actually tone just of the fuzz, which makes it very flexible. And fuzz right here is really how hard you're hitting the transistor. So how hard you're going to really get it to clamp up and sound fuzzy. That's the Fuzzistor.
Perfect. And then do you want to check out the tone hammer as well today?
Yeah, sure. The tone hammer is a great preamp DI. So you've got very flexible EQ. You have sweepable mid-range. You have pre and post EQ for the DI, and it actually has enough output that you can drive a power amp. Great for recording. George Porter was just telling me he used it on a TV show with an acoustic bass guitar going directly into the board. A lot of great bass players and producers buy them. Basically, it sounds great. This is the AGS control. This puts it on. This adds another EQ curve and some grit to it. So I wouldn't call it a distortion, but it adds a healthy warmth to it. A little bit of hair.
Yeah.
Difference.
Okay, yeah, definitely. So it is a little warmer when you turn that on.
And you've got real flexible EQ. So a lot of guys, their sound, they'll just leave the AGS in the whole show and get a pretty beefy sound. So that's the Tone Hammer preamp and DI pedal. We've been listening through the Tone Hammer 500, which is an amp that's very popular for us. Sweepable mid-range, great sounding DI, very lightweight. 500 watts, all our amps are rated continuous, so we don't use any peak measurements. They're actual 500 watt amps. And
that's a good quality right there, because a lot of people are the peak measurements.
Yeah, we don't roll with peak measurements. They're not meaningful in our opinion.
And then what size speakers are we running through here?
We're going through 12-inch drivers. Each one of these cabinets has a 12-inch driver and a tweeter in it. These are our SL112s. They're Neo cabinets, very light. I believe the weight on it is 25 pounds, 27 pounds. Great sounding cabinets. Two of them will really fill a big room, and one of them will do a lot of medium-sized gigs. This is our Aguilar pickups, I believe. These are hum-canceling jazz bass pickups. This is a beautiful bass made by Mayonnaise out of Poland, who are friends of ours and use our pickups in their basses. You can buy these pickups retail as well as in instruments by a lot of great builders.
Awesome, perfect. Well, thank you for running us through everything today, Dave. It was a pleasure meeting you.
It was fantastic meeting you. Thanks for interviewing us and letting me talk about the gear.
Of course, not a problem. Thank you. I'm Will with Basic Gear Review, and we'll see you next time.